Alright guys, welcome back. Today we're going to be doing the CC cheat sheet. You guys loved this thing last week. I'm going to keep doing them. As long as you guys keep showing up, hitting the like button, new subscribers, comments, all that stuff, I will do this every week for you guys. I didn't realize how much everybody wanted this video, but here it is. We're gonna try to talk about something new every week as we really thoroughly go through each CC course. So this week's course is Frensham Hollow Golf Club. I'm sure I just botched that, but we're going to go right through it. So it's going to be red tees for round one, pin set number 1 for round 1, and then I don't know the conditions for round 1 because this is still early in the week prior, but you do have either low or medium winds in every round, and then you're going to have at least one round with default wind and probably default to everything, to be honest with you. So we're going to start with that. Hopefully this is the round 1 conditions as far as this goes, but the tee in the pin is definitely correct. So we're going to do low default and just give you guys a really good look at the course. Firm, and medium fast. So tricky conditions for CC as far as the defaults go. Is firm, and fast can definitely get you into some trouble. So we'll talk about that. Let's get into it. Like I said before, guys, if you don't mind dropping a like for the video, I'd really appreciate it. If you're new here, subscribe. We're going to do this every week as long as they stay popular. And any comments, I answer them all, guys. So today, the big thing I really want to talk about is changing your mindset on approach shots. I mentioned it in the last week's video, but I think I really just grazed over it. So let's talk about this shot first. I'm just going to, par 5, 550 into the wind. You do want to get one out there. Try to hit the fairway. You hit the fairway, you get a chance to get there in 2. That was good. So it's 331. And I'm going to talk about having a number on every single approach shot today. That's going to be my big thing. So we're going to talk about it really slowly for the first couple holes, and then I'm going to kind of work through it and go. You guys can just go along with me at home. Pick a number you think I'm going to land, why you think it'll work, right, in your head, and then we go from there. We all find out if we're right or wrong. You're probably going to be wrong 18 times, right? Because if I'm trying to land this, say, 210, the odds I hit 210 are not great. But the exercise is just to get your mind going, and it helps you hit better shots. So on this shot, right, we're looking to land this on the green. If you land this on the fairway, you're going to lose any spin you use. You don't really want to be up past this because they're fast. I think they're probably like 155s at least, so you don't want to be up this hill. You're up 16 feet, right? So it's 5 yards. We talked about that in the prior week, so we're losing 5 there. So you're looking at 226. The wind it's pretty low. It's probably going to bring us to the pin. Call it 222. That is just not enough. We want to land in here. So I'm trying to take off like 2 or 3 more yards. I'm going to loft this about 2 or 3 more yards. I'm going to spin this just a little bit. I'm actually going to go just a touch more loft. So the spin on my 3-iron adds yards. The loft takes it away. So I'm looking to take a couple yards away. If I get this up into the air more, the wind will actually probably play an extra yard. And then we're gonna hit this thing. Got to try to land it on the green. It will land soft. My number, I want this at 217. That's where I want this to land. 217. Again, we're probably going to be wrong. That's not the problem. Oh, we're slow. Well, it doesn't matter if you hit it slow, right? So we land 215. If we had hit that at the correct tempo, we probably land like 218 or 219. We lost some yards on that slow. Hey, Tom. Yeah, no worries, dude. You can watch it on YouTube later. You're all good, dude. All right, this shot, you're probably going to, some of you will find yourself down here, right? If you hit a bad approach shot, it's fine. I don't think you should chip this, personally. I think this is a perfect partial flop. I'm giving it just a little spin. We're going to aim probably just short of the pin. It's up 9 feet. We want to land this just a tiny bit short. Let it hop up there and chill out. not an awful shot. It's pretty good, actually. I didn't expect it to roll out quite as much as it did, but they are firm and fast. So they're fast 148s. So they're not quite the full fast, but they are firm still. So like I said, we'll talk about that. So we were wrong once on our number, but it was because we had a bad tempo. This one, down 15 feet, so we're going to add 5, right? So let's start with the 143. This lands us 148. That wind is helping, but really not much. This might push us a yard. This probably lands 149. On firms, that is too close, right? So on firms, that's too close. We're going to loft this maybe like 3 yards. I'm going to try to land this like 146. 146. Let's see if we can hit our tempo this time around. And we cannot hit our tempo. This one's going to be long. Then, so I think that landed like 147. The number doesn't matter when you miss your tempo. So hopefully as we get more into this, we can start hitting tempos, but it is first thing in the morning. So you never know. So we miss our tempo. We leave ourselves 23 feet. We drag that cursor back maybe 1% or 2. Not much. It is down 1 inch. Line up our putt. See if we can make one. I think it's a little high. No, it does break in there. Okay. So even though we've missed 2 tempos on our approach shots, we end up with 2 birdies. This course is definitely a little bit trickier than last week's to this point, but I haven't helped myself. If you're a longer player, you can definitely get this there. Just add spin. If you're not, I mean, I would almost just hit a 3-wood because your 3-wood's a little shorter probably. You're probably right in here. You want to really make sure it's a 500-yard par 4. You really want to make sure you're in the fairway. So if you have a 255 3-wood, I would just do this. I'd de-loft it almost all the way. I'd hit it by the time it rolls out. It's going to be in here. You're not going to scare this, and you're going to have yourself a good chance to get on the green. This is not a hole where you need to be stressing about making birdie. This is a hole where really you can make your par. It's okay. You're not gonna kill yourself. Phoebador, what's up, dude? How are you doing? It's been a minute. Hope you've been well, man. All right, guys. This one, again, we're looking for a number, right? So we're losing 3 on elevation. It's landing on an upslope, so this will land a little bit softer. It's going to bounce hard, and then it will actually slow down a little bit. But I still think this is too much. The wind's helping. So let's go down to our 158. 158, we talked about what's in my bag the other day in a video. I think it was actually in a video yesterday. We talked about what's in my bag. If you haven't seen it, go back and watch it. It's a short one. It's 10 minutes long. This is the exact reason I have clubs spaced between 168 and 143, though. Gives me a lot of options. So 158, we lose 3. That's right. 155, wind maybe pushes us a yard or 2. So we're looking at 156, 157, bouncing and then landing up the hill. Hopefully we're a little short. I'm okay with that. So let's hope this lands 157. Let's hope we hit an approach shot that's any good. We finally hit our tempo, so we can take this number. 157. It lands 157, so we got one right out of 18. That's probably the only one we're going to get right. Now, though, the big thing from here. It rolled out. I wasn't online on the pin, that's okay. We want to make sure, like, where were we hole high? We were a little bit short, probably about 3 yards. So our number really should have been like 159 we were looking for. But the good thing is if we had actually hit the spot we wanted to, right, which was like right here, we had a pretty straight uphill putt. Because we weren't in line, we didn't leave ourselves a nice uphill putt. It's an uphill bender, but you get the point. Yeah, we just blew it right through all those lines. They were just slow braking. All right, we took a par. Like I said, though, that was not a hole that you really need to stress about making birdie. Okay, this one. This is a tough drive because you're probably going to end up in the rough. It's down. It's definitely downhill. It's not downhill the whole 53, guys. It's probably downhill like, I don't know, 40 or 45. But you could play 3-wood here. You can definitely, if you're feeling amazing, dude, maybe hit a big cut. You're probably going to end up in the rough still, though. 3-wood's probably the play. Or I did find this little piece of fairway right here. You have a little tree trouble, but I think if you actually stay up a little bit over here, I think we can do it. Oh, we got a little bit of tree trouble in front of us as well. I'm going to do this as an option, right? So probably hit 3-wood, right? But if not, we're just going to hit a draw. I'm going to actually try to hit this maybe like 95%. 97%. There's a little bit more fairway here. It's a little bit easier to hit. We get past the trees, right? And we have no tree trouble. We have a great angle. This is actually a ridiculously good angle. This is really, if you can get it around those trees, this is what you want to do. All right, 106 yards, down 12, so we're gaining 4. It's 104. The wind maybe plays a yard. I'm gonna full spin this rather. Loft this like a yard or two. We want this to land like, really want this to land like 100. We want this to land about 100. I hit it awful. That is the worst swing you'll ever see.
That should do.
Wow, that is the worst swing you'll ever see. Hey guys, my tempo is not here today. But everything we talk about, it still applies. Even when the tempo is bad. We leave ourselves a putt somehow, even with that just absolutely horrendous swing. See if we can make one. It's going to go straight. When I'm putting, I read from this distance, I kind of read them in grids, right? So I read the first 3 to 4 lines, and then I read the next 3 to 4 lines, and then I read whatever's left. So obviously we're straight through the first couple. The next couple, they're going to be breaking, but the ball's still going to have a lot of speed. So I'm not going to play a ton there, and then it almost straightens back out at the end. We're going to let this push over, and then hopefully it straightens out enough. I actually had the read right, and I moved it late.
Okay, this one for par.
All right, we'll take a par. Back-to-back par is not the best start for me. My tempo hasn't been on. Okay, so little pitch and putt here. Don't try not to miss left. You're just going to want to be on the green for sure. 79 down 12. There's options here. I think we're going to take the 90. We're going to loft it just a little bit. To try to take the elevation away, and then we're going to let the wind do the rest. If we land on this hill behind us, I'm hoping it will land soft enough that it just kind of trickles back down it. But it's okay if it's a touch long, guys.
Well, not the purest of
I can't swing. I can't swing the club today.
Nice approach.
The CC cheat sheet's not going to be quite a cheat sheet today because I am not showing you the ways. I am not showing you the ways today. I'm giving you the ideas, but I am not hitting the shots. Good thing we're not playing plat today. We'd be in trouble. Up a foot. You're probably not making this putt, guys. This is a putt you want to make a 2-putt and get out of here if you end up down here. The higher up the hill you go, the worse the putt is. You really don't want to crush this thing because it can send on you. All right, it's a decent effort. It's another par. For me personally, you don't ever want a par holes under 100 yards, but hey, sometimes you just can't hit the ball. Okay, drivable hole if you're feeling it. I'm not feeling it, but I'm still going to do it to show you where it goes. Most of you are probably going to try to drive this, and I understand that. There's no trouble up here, so that's fine. If you get into trouble, we'll get out of it. If you don't feel like getting in trouble, just hit a 3-iron or a 3 hybrid, whatever's in your bag. Get it in there. I'm going to backspin this. It is up 27 feet, so we're losing 10. This is going to land in this patch. And then we got to just hope we aim it well. A little slow doesn't help us. 108 would have been awesome if I had hit it just fast. If I had hit that just fast, we're golden.
Second shot on the 6.
Absolutely golden. Okay. Let's see how our scrambling is. I'm going to choose to hit a flop shot here. And the reason is I don't like this slope. All right. This whole slope from the front of my screen to my cursor is pushing everything back down the hill if you hit a chip shot. So we're going to hit a flop shot. We're going to full spin it and loft it. A full shot here would land 30, roughly. Maybe a little bit less than that. We want to land this a little shorter than that. We're going to aim well right because we do not want to miss left. We're going to try to get it up in the flat spot. And this is fine. It all feeds back over there.
This one in. This one for birdie.
We don't lose it down the hill, and we should be able to clean up our birdie here.
This putt's good so far.
All right.
Nicely played.
So we go for it. We scramble our way into a birdie. It's 300 through 6. It's really not the greatest start, but this course is playing a little bit trickier. You need your tempo. You definitely need your tempo. All right. 3-wood here. Driver up here. The choice is yours. The angle to the green is a little bit better from over here, but it's a little bit of a longer shot. I think if you just de-loft all the way down, I don't think you hit this. I don't think you hit this patch. Let's find out. 98%. Okay, you do hit that patch. It just gets on the ground too fast. All right. Partial that maybe, hit 3-wood, do something else. Don't quite hit full driver there unless you're gonna go onto the left side. But again, this angle is a lot better, so that's okay. 143. It's gonna roll it a little bit extra. Losing a couple on the elevation. Losing about 13. So 130. This lands like 128. I'm gonna spin this. Because I'm in the light rough, we need a little spin here. Hopefully we put a good strike on this. We do put a good strike on this. It flew out of there though. 130. It landed a couple yards longer than I wanted it to.
Well, that approach kind of
but that was always going to be tough to stop with that downhill. Gives us a chance to putt if you want, chip if you want. I'm putting this because I don't like the first 3 lines. It's not a ton of danger behind the hole, but I am going to put just a touch of spin on this because I do tend to overhit these a little bit. So for chipping, guys, I visualize where the ball is going to land, what it's going to do off my club face. So there I accounted for my push, my foot lie, what it's going to do in the air, exactly where it's going to land, and then I read it like a putt. So I judge where it's going to go, how it's going to bounce when it lands. When it bounces, it's going to bounce left or right. And then where I think it's going to settle and start rolling, I read like a putt based on the speed I think it's going to be going. There's a lot of factors in chipping. All right, this one, guys, down 29, gaining 10. So we're looking at 188. Wind pushes this maybe to 190. I'm going to loft this maybe like 3 or 4 yards. We're going to try to land this like 187. May have lofted too much. 185. We get a really good kick, though.
Oh, yeah.
So 185, we missed our number by 2 yards. If we landed 187, it's like right at the front of the green, which is what I was looking for on these firms.
This one up on hole number 9.
We get away with it. It's fine. Hey, Kurtzky. Good morning, man. How you doing? All right, up 46, and this is probably up most of that 46. So even though it looks like, oh, maybe with a little spin I can get there, I think you want to play this a little safer. Play this into the fairway a little bit, put some spin on it, and then go ahead. Then go ahead and hit it. Don't take on too much of that.
All right, we'll take that.
You want to make sure you're in the fairway always, right? So this pin is definitely tricky. We're going to try to land this in here, right? Anywhere in here. It'll kick left. It'll roll left. It hopefully will stay on, you know, this tier where the pin is. And de-loft a little bit. So again, we're looking to land right into this area. Touch slow maybe helps us. We land right where we wanted to. It bounces left, it rolls left, and it leaves us a really nice putt, guys. So
and 4 feet to go.
That one's perfect. A weird little putt, weird little ghost break there, though. The you know, that line looked really funky. That was a par 5, by the way. Clean up your eagle. You definitely want to be in the fairway there, par 5. That we had that one line going left, and it broke right. So just know if you're up there, just be aware of that, guys. Par 4, down 55. This tee shot is probably down about 30. You can definitely get it up into this next, you know, through this bottleneck. I don't really know that it's worth it. Maybe it is. I mean, if you're going to hit this, you almost have to hit 3-iron, unless you're 3-wood shorter. I'll play 3-wood. You know why? I want to show the smart shot.
Should be a good result off.
So we hit it a little fast, but we shortened the power up. I did not want to hit that full and end up in the rough. Leaves us a second shot that's pretty long. It's a long hole though anyway. Like this is not a make birdie and walk away. This is if you make your birdie, you've made a pretty good shot. So we're adding 8 here. It's 218. That's not enough to get us up and over that hill. So we're going to have to do something a little weird. It's landing the number 239 basically. I'm going to loft this up almost all the way. Let's take like 5 yards off. So we're looking at landing like 234 roughly. The wind will maybe take a yard. So 230, maybe like 232. We hit it slow, so we're going to lose a couple yards, but this isn't a bad shot. Lands 230, which is actually even better than that 232. It's hole high. It's a really good shot. So you notice, right? I'm missing my numbers by 1 to 3 yards on every shot. If you're in that range, like you've done really well judging your distance. You're not going to get your numbers right all the time. You're going to get them wrong most of the time. But it's all about the process and how having numbers can help you get better and close to the hole. It's a mindset change completely.
This putt's tracking.
And we make a good birdie on a long hole. So it's 8 under through 10 now. All of a sudden it doesn't look like a really bad round.
Here comes
We get another drive that's definitely uphill. I'm just going to peek this fairway. I don't think it's worth it on this hole. It's a tight fairway up here, but I think you kind of want to be up here to give yourself a good chance at birdie after the last hole where we were kind of giving one up for a par. We hit one slow. Luckily, we're going to get away with it. Slopes you back in.
This one's around 135 yards out.
Okay, up 10. So losing 3, right? 140. The wind probably takes maybe 2. You want to be a little short. You don't want to be up here. For me personally, I'm on a right to left foot lie, I push the ball, so I know just from experience I'm gonna lose a couple yards on this lie. It's slightly uphill as well. I might lose like 3 to 4 yards on this lie alone. So 139, the uphill is 136. The yardage, like this definitely lands prior to the hole. It's not gonna bounce hard even on firms. This might land like 134. I'm thinking. Again, could be wrong. I think this lands about 134.
Oh, come on, sit for us, ball.
It might land in the hole. Oh my god, it landed 136.
That one almost
Oh my
dropped
god, dude,
way
that was
out.
crazy.
6 feet to go.
I thought that was going straight in.
That putt will drop, and that's
That was crazy. Okay, 9 under. That almost went straight in the cup, boys. That would have been wild. All right, settle down. Par 5. You gotta hit driver. You gotta take a chance. This fairway is a little bit helping, right? It slopes, if you look, just barely left to right. So if you land this like left center up here, you're probably gonna be safe. This one also bounces left to right, but it doesn't help you here. So I think we're going to try to get up here. I'm going to spin this. The further up we can get, the better. I hit it perfect, actually. I thought I hit it a little fast. We land left center. Kicks just right. Keeps us safe. The foot lie is not great. Obviously, we have this big bowl. Anything in this area, the putt's not going to be awful. The best spot to putt from is right here, but that is a tough spot to get to. What we're going to do is, we can't hit that. We have to loft this a little bit and spin it just a little bit. I don't want to do too much to this. My foot lie with my push is going to do a lot to this, so we want to make sure we do not miss right. We have a helping slope left. So hopefully we're going to use it. You got to land green, which we do. It lands firm. It should roll all to the hole. That's perfect. Absolutely perfect. Hole high.
Oh, yeah. I'll take it.
Landed it right on the front of the green, which is what we needed to do. Rolls out beautifully, and you take another eagle. 11 under now through 13. Down 17, gaining 5. This lands, I don't know, maybe like 148, 149. Even with that wind. Probably lands like 148. Maybe a little bit short. I like that. So let's hit this. 148. It's a little fast. Don't take the number into account. Lands 149. So we only gained maybe a yard or two from that. It's not a good swing. Down an inch. It's downhill past the hole. If you have fast greens this week, guys, and a putt like this, shorten this up. Please don't go long and end up down the hill. If you miss short, you miss short. You just live with it, you know?
Oh, it's getting there.
Ideally, it just drops right in the middle for you. It's another birdie. It's 12 under. It's a nice little stretch we've gone on. I hope this, guys, is helping you. If you have any other questions in the comments, definitely let me know. Just want to find fairway. This is probably one of the best chances for birdie as far as distance of a hole we've had on the whole course. So, hole 14 is going to be a big one. You're going to want to, really want to put a good swing on this. Make sure you make your birdie here. 79, up 7 with the wind. Probably losing 3. It's probably landing like 76. I don't think this gets all the way there, but if we can get it to stop even in here, like look at the putt. Putt's not bad at all. So what I'm going to do is actually just de-loft this just a little bit. It's landing on a downslope, so this will run on us. We land right where we thought we would at that 76. Runs out, and it's going to leave us a really good number. Runs out really well, actually. That little bit of de-loft helps a lot. Kurtzky says I'm going to shoot minus 80. No, I won't. I'm only going to play this round, so there's no way I can shoot minus 80 here, Kurtzky. I might shoot like a minus 16, though, if I'm lucky. Another drivable hole. Ideally, we end up just left of the pin in that. I mean, I think you guys can see it. I can't reach it with my cursor, but let's say we want to land between here and here. Mostly you want to land on this left-hand side, though, because it's going to push, everything pushes you right. It's down 25 feet, so you're actually going to be a little long, which affords you the opportunity, as Trent would say, to shape your driver. I'm going to tell you, just go ahead and hit a draw, or if you're a lefty, hit a fade, but you could probably even shorten this a little bit, too. If you're feeling, hit this 100, it's okay if you do. I'm going to hit it 100. Let's see where it lands at 100. Let's not complicate this any more than I have to, right? Let's hit it 100. We don't put the best swing on it. It needed to be just fast. And we missed the spot we were looking to get. Oh, we just barely get by it. All right, so 100% with a nice amount of draw on it is the perfect number. That was hole high. Down an inch. I'm actually going to leave this one at the hole. There's nothing behind the pin that scares me, so I don't mind going by a few feet here, 4 or 5 feet if I have to. We want to make another eagle, right? Put a nice firm stroke on it. Drop it in the left center. We take our third eagle in the last, whatever that is, like 7 holes. 15 under now. There's a lot of eagle opportunities on this course, that's for sure. Some of the par 4s are long and a little bit tougher, but there's a couple chances for good eagles here in this first round with these pins. Tricky number for me. If you land short, you're probably not making birdie. This mound is going to absolutely screw you guys. It's going to kick you this way, that way, off the green, off the back, maybe way over here. The best way to make birdie, use this 13 feet to your advantage, right? So you're going to lose 4, 226. I'm going to loft this fully. This should land about 220. It's long. I'm actually going to put full spin on it. This is going to land long in the hole. But you know what? I'm okay with it. 98% is good. Really good. Nice. It lands super soft. 16 feet to go. It's going to give us a chance to make our birdie. And that's really all you can ask for. When you have a pin that you don't have a number for, like you don't have a club for it, the best you can do is, 16 feet. Give yourself a chance. Like I said, that's really fine. Hope this breaks all the way there. It does. Beautiful eagle. Beautiful birdie. 16 under.
Wow, 16 under after that hole.
All right, another hole that it's just a tight fairway. It's not a long hole. You can play 3-iron in here. Leave yourself in maybe like 130 yards. Let's look at the green. Green's not too fierce. It's kind of a trap drive. Honestly, if you hit this straight, there's no way you hold the fairway. Like, it's just going to kick you left. What you can do, though, like, if you don't care about being in the rough over, straight ahead of me, if you feel good about getting out of there, like, go ahead and try it. Make sure you put a fade on it, though. You got to land up on the right-hand side. Let's see what happens here. This should kick out and into the fairway, actually. Yeah. So, if you feel good, go for it. It's a really horrible lie. I'm going to loft this just a little bit. I want this to land like 72 yards. I'm not doing all the math, though. I'm just going to go kind of by feel. We're losing 4, 75. We're losing a couple on the elevation. And we're losing a couple on the loft. I don't think the wind actually plays here, so.
Heading for the green.
The lie didn't do anything. It lands 72. It actually rolls out on us, too, which is a little bit surprising. Up that hill with a pitch shot. But, hey, it's not a bad swing. It's 14 feet. Down 3. Got to be a little cautious here. It's all downhill past the pin. Drag that cursor back just a little bit, guys. Actually, I think this is a straight putt.
It's getting there.
It's, oh, is it going to hold on? Barely. Barely holds on. 17. We have a chance to get to 18 for the first time in the CC cheat sheet. Let's see if we can do it. Longer hole, 463. Bottlenecks. It's another hole where you can definitely just hit 3-wood and be safe in the fairway. I actually think I'm going to do that. I'm going to hit 3-wood and be safe in the fairway. Can't really make birdie from the rough, right? So you can, but your odds are way lower. So we put one in the fairway. We'll take our odds at a longer shot. It's a tricky pin, but you know what? You can use this bounce to help you, hopefully. So 166 is not enough to get there. We're going to land like in here somewhere, which I just am not willing to do. 178, we lose 30. It's 175. The wind plays a little bit. I need to loft this a couple yards. So we're going to loft this a couple yards. This will also make the wind play probably another yard. The lie is going to play about a yard or two. I'm hoping this lands about 166. So let's see if we've got it right. Unfortunately, we miss our tempo on the last swing of the day. Lands 170 because of the fast.
Well, that's okay. That's
and unfortunately, unless we chip in, that is the end of a really good run. But say you're off the green, I'll talk about my chipping because we made the last one. I always hit these long right, so I'm going to pull my cursor back always. My foot lie is going to push the ball to the right. My push at this distance will push it to the right a little bit. So I'm thinking this lands around my cursor, except a little bit more to the right. It's going to bounce a touch right, and then it's going to roll out pretty straight. So I think we're going to want to be in here somewhere. We hit it way too hard. Yeah, we hit it way too hard.
Save par on this one.
So we missed the landing spot. We missed where we thought we were going to miss. We missed where we thought we were going to land it. We missed the distance of the landing spot, and we missed the speed of how fast it was going to be rolling, all because we overhit that.
This one's tracking.
We clean up our par, though. I hope this helped you guys. It's a mindset change. You're going to be wrong probably 18 times on your number. I was wrong 17 times. I hit my number on hole 2, and that was it. But it helps you really think about where you want to land the ball. And over time, you probably won't have an exact number in your head every time. You're going to have like a little zone, right? So like I talked about it on one of the holes. Like I want to land in this area. Like this circle of an area. Anywhere in there kicks me where I want it to go. So again, hopefully that helped, guys. We shoot a 53. I hope you guys shoot a 53 in your CC course this week. And like the video. We'll see you tomorrow for another one.